Joe.
I'm Michelle.
I'm SHUEN.
And I'm myself.
Hi, my name is HANISAH Muhammad FUZI.
We are
The Flow!
Climate change can be explained as a difference of regional weather at two separate times. While the word climate itself refers to the trend of weather in a region on Earth. In recent time, human activities such as burning of fossil fuels to generate energy has released a huge amount of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. The carbon dioxide in the atmosphere will trap and absorb heat energy and cause global warming. A study has shown that human activities release 60 times more of carbon dioxide each year as compared to volcanoes. One of the top reasons that this happens is because they are lacking of environmental and climate change awareness and exposure. Therefore, the Malaysian government should take initiative and lead to raise awareness and encourages environmental action. Because this initiative will surely be helpful for the Malaysians to understand further on climate change and take action to address this issue.
The research methodology was done through a series of procedures, which is observation, data collection, and data analysis. The first research methodology is observation. The group member has realized that the climate is changing rapidly in para state by observing the current weather condition. The large precipitation is recorded in the Bandar Seri Iskandar. These figures show that the precipitation recorded in 2019. All these figures show that the flash flood and the tree topple situation that has occurred in University Technology Petronas. This incident has alerted the group members about the climate change is threatening the public safety. The observation has triggered the importance of understanding the public awareness on climate change in Malaysia. Hence, the group member has decided to conduct the study in that interest. The following step in the research methodology is data collection. The data collection involves literature review and survey. The literature review provides a comprehensive statistical data in order to support the proposed issue in the study. Besides that, a collection of divergent and evaluative questionnaire is spread through online to the public and university students in the para area. This survey is to obtain the information regarding to the climate change among the Malaysia in order to study about the awareness of Malaysians towards the climate change. This survey successfully gained a result of 50 respondents within 2 weeks. All the information about the respondent is remain private and confidential. Subsequently, the third step in the research methodology is data analysis. The data collected from the literature review and the survey undergoes the process of validation, evaluation, and analysis in order to extract the useful, precise, and accurate information to support the study. Based on the pie chart, we can observe that 52% of the respondents are aged from 16 to 24, and 30% of the respondents are aged from 25 to 34, and 8% of the respondents are aged from 35 to 44, and the rest are in the senior age.
In this part, we have conducted a survey entitled Malaysian Public Awareness on Climate Change around Ipoh, Batu Gajah, Trono, and Seri Iskandar. The purpose of this survey is to assess and understand the Malaysia's public level of awareness towards climate change. There are 4 sections in our survey, which are general environmental concerns, global environmental issues, general views about the environment, and about respondents. Through this, we have successfully gathered data and information from 50 respondents. The first section is general environmental concerns. In these sessions, will enable us to understand the respondents' concerns towards environmental changes. The bar chart above shows the top 3 environmental issues that concern the respondent the most are air pollution, climate change, and flooding. Air pollution ranked the highest with 26 out of 50, as most of them have just experienced the haze recently in Malaysia. Next, climate change ranked at the second place with 24 out of 50, as after the haze, Malaysia starts to rain almost every day. Third place goes to flooding with a result of 17 out of 50, as Malaysia rains every day and estimated average rainy durations without stopping is 2 hours, causing the drains could not handle the amount of rain and start to overflow around the area. In pie chart 1.1 and pie chart 1.2 shows most of the respondents agreed that pollution had ever affected their health and also the health of their family and friends, which are 75% and 72% respectively. Pie chart 1.3 above shows 42% of respondents have awareness of any other effects of air pollution. They have provided some knowledge regarding the other effects of air pollution, such as global warming, living things getting respiratory disease, and more. Global warming is a phenomenon of rising in world temperature. The air pollutants such as ozone and nitrogen oxides are the main causes that lead living things to get respiratory disease. Lastly, pie chart 1.4 shows that majority of the respondents, which are 82% of them, feel the pattern of weather is generally changing. They feel the weather had become more inconsistent and it can be raining few days straight or drought throughout the week. These patterns are indications of climate change. Next, the second sections will be discussing about global environmental issues. In these sections, we will be able to understand respondents' awareness towards climate change. Based on pie chart 2.1 above, the result shows majority of respondents with a percentage of 92% have heard of climate change. They have some concepts of climate change such as rising in world temperature, unstable weathering which causes living things to fall easily, and more. Next, there are several ways for respondents to get note of climate change. Based on bar chart 2.2, the result shows that internet, school or college or university, and newspapers are significant top 3 of ways for the respondents to get note of climate change. Therefore, we can understand that respondents are more likely to raise their awareness regarding climate change in terms of externalizations and socializations. According to the pie chart 2.3 above, 79.2% of respondents agree that climate change is affecting or going to affect them personally. They claim that climate change effects such as vary of weather will weaken their body immune system, causing them to fall easily. Rising in environment temperature is also one of the climate change effects that causes people to hesitate to conduct outdoor activities as they might get heat stroke easily than before. In pie chart 2.4 above also shows that majority of respondents with a percentage of 78.7 think there are ways can be done to tackle climate change. Next, respondents will provide their opinions towards statements discussed regarding climate change. Based on pie chart 2.5.1 above, the result shows that majority of respondents, which is 82% of them, are disagreeing side on the statement about not believing that climate change is a real issue. This is because they are aware and have experience of overcoming the impacts caused by the climate change. Secondly, according to the pie chart 2.5.2 above shows that 80% of respondents are on agreeing sides about modern life results climate change. Many types of activities conducted by humans to maintain modern life would require advanced technologies. Most of the technologies are not eco-friendly as they would produce harmful gases such as carbon dioxide to the atmosphere, which will increase the severity of greenhouse effect on Earth. Thirdly, from the pie chart 2.5.3 above, we can see that 80% of the respondents agree that the effects of climate change are likely to be catastrophic. Weather is becoming more unusual is one of the effects of climate change. It may cause several natural disasters such as flash flooding. Flash flooding will occur when the weather rains continuously for a few hours and drainage becomes not capable anymore, causing water to overflow around the areas. Fourth, based on pie chart 2.5.4 above, The result shows that most of the respondents, which are 80% of them, disagreed that global temperatures are not heavily impacted by human activities. Deforestation are the human activities that can lead to an increasing amount of carbon dioxide released to the atmosphere. Carbon dioxide has an ability that can absorb heat and cause the surrounding temperature to rise when emitted. Therefore, leading global warming will be formed. Besides that, based on pie chart 2.5.5 above, the result shows that 68% of respondents agree that society should make radical changes in tackling climate change. They released that climate change will become more severe if they do not make any changes and continue their current lifestyle. In other words, they released that their bad lifestyles or habits contributes to the rising of climate change. For example, the society nowadays prefer to ride their own vehicle to work or school because it is more convenient. This leads to high emissions of harmful gases that contributes heavily towards climate change. Thus, by changing these lifestyles, the issue of climate change can be improved.
In Section 3, this section provides respondents with a list of activities which they may be practicing in their daily life, and also a few purposes for them to choose so that we can be able to understand their purpose of practicing the activities. In the bar chart to save money and to protect the environment, both bar charts shows that walking or cycling to work and using public transport are activities which respondents usually practice to save money and to protect the environment. By practicing both of these activities, it can highly reduce burning of fossil fuels, which reduce emission of greenhouse gases. In the bar chart, turn off lights which respondent is not using, the result shows that respondents practice to turn off lights when they are not using as they want to reduce their energy consumption, to save money and also to protect the environment. In the bar chart to protect the environment, the result shows the respondents emphasizes in protecting the environment by practicing these activities, which are buying energy efficiency light bulbs, taking part in a campaign about an environmental issue, recycling glass and other items. In the bar chart for health and to protect environment shows that the purpose of respondents to buy organic food is for their health. They support organic food because it is often fresher and lesser risk than non-organic food. In the bar chart quality of public transport, the result shows the ratings of quality of public transport around the respondent's local area. Those who rated average may be living in a moderate town where public transport is provided with moderate schedules. Those who rated good may be living in a city where public transport is highly provided with many schedules. Those who rated very poor may be living in a rural area where public transport is rarely scheduled or even none. In Section 4, we will be able to understand some basic information regarding our respondents, such as gender, age, highest qualification, approximate income per annum, or whether they are members of an environmental organization. In gender, it shows that majority are female with a percentage of 56%, while the rest are all male. In age, it is categorized to 16 to 24, 25 to 34, 35 to 44, 45 to 54, 55 to 64, 65 to 74, 75 to 84, 85 or over, or they prefer not to say. In overall, it is significant that the respondents who are aged 16 to 24 are very responsive towards our survey. In highest qualification, it is categorized to primary level, secondary level, A-level or higher level, vocational, degree or equivalent, postgraduate qualification or tadika. Degree or equivalent got the highest place with a percentage of 51%. In approximate income per annum, the pie chart shows that 52.1% of respondents prefer not to say about their approximate income per annum. In members of an environmental organization, the pie chart shows that majority are not a member of any environmental organization.
From the result of the survey, we are going to discuss the ways to improve and tackle the effects of the climate change, such as flash flooding, deforestation, and weakened human body immune system. First of all, climate change can cause flash flooding. To tackle this problem, the government offers grants and discounts to help homeowners to evaluate their house by recommend to put their house on flood-resistant area, and as well as to install flood opening. Humanity must stop adding greenhouse gases to the atmosphere, such as eliminating coal as a fuel for electric generation by using solar or wind power. Next, climate change leads to deforestation. The removal of the tree are mostly for the production of wood products, croplands, and construction for buildings. Developing alternatives to deforestation can help decrease the need for tree clearing. If people apply sustainable farming practice or invent new farming technologies of crop the need for more land will decrease. Forests can also be restored by replanting trees in cleared areas or allowing the forest ecosystem to generate over time. Furthermore, the vary of the weather will weaken human body immune system. The impacts of the climate change include warming temperatures, changes in perceptions, increasing the frequency of extreme weather events, and rising sea levels. These impacts threaten our health by affecting the food we eat, the water we drink, and the air we breathe, as well as the weather we experience. Exposure to extreme heat can lead to heat stroke or dehydration, as well as cardiovascular and respiratory disease. However, adaptive responses such as decrease the usage of air conditioning, carpool are expected to reduce the projected increase in death from extreme heat. There is a lot of way to prepare for adapt to these changes, such as establish early warning system for heat waves, raising awareness among healthcare professionals, and ensuring that the infrastructure is built to accommodate anticipated future change in climate.